The Earth is thought to have been formed about 4.6 billion years ago by collisions in the giant disc-shaped cloud of material that also formed the Sun. Gravity slowly gathered this gas and dust together into clumps that became asteroids and small early planets called planetesimals. One of the earliest defining human traits, bipedalism, the ability to walk on two legs, evolved over 4 million years ago. The explanation for humanity's existence is based on random, unorchestrated events. This is what I used to believe. So I started a relationship with this guy. He was a devout atheist, and when we started dating, I believed in God, but that was about as far as it went. And I remember we were talking, and he asked me a question. He said, "Why do you believe in God?" And I said, "Well, just because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to believe in God." And we started talking more, and he started showing me these videos by these famous atheists, Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris, and they were talking about the science behind atheism and why there is no God. And so it was in that time that I decided I was going to be an atheist. I just believed that there was no God. There was all these awful things happening in the world. How could there be this loving God that Christians always talk about when all these terrible things are happening? And it was through all of that I met a guy at work, and he was a Christian, and all he ever wanted to talk to me about was Jesus. And for me, as an atheist, I thought, well, this is perfect. Someone that I work with that I can constantly debate with. He was so patient with me and so kind that I knew something was different, but I didn't know exactly what it was. I remember one specific day he asked me a question, "What is your hope in?" And I thought to myself, wow, that's a pretty good question. What is my hope in? That was the one question that science could never answer for me. He eventually ended up inviting me to go to Unite, and I thought, oh, this is going to be pretty funny. So I went and I checked it out, and I laughed the entire time. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I'm like, this is such a joke. But it was over time that I started to feel different, and I realized that I was definitely missing something. I thought I had all of the answers that science could give, and it actually turned out that I was missing so much. I was completely empty inside, and I had no idea anything. I didn't know where anything came from. So I kept going to Unite. I kept going to church. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. And I decided that I was going to start following Jesus. And it was kind of a crazy moment how that happened. I remember I was sitting there and Chris was preaching on hope and why Christians believe what they believe. And I was listening, and I was just like, this sermon was written for me. This sermon hit directly at home. It hit me right where what I needed to hear, right when I needed to hear it. And I just broke down. I just started crying. I ended up breaking up with the guy that I was with, and I kept going to Unite, and I kept chasing after Jesus, and my life has not been the same since then. So I did eventually end up marrying the guy that I had met at work that talked to me about Jesus. He not only led me to Jesus, but he also just stole my heart with how amazing that he was. We've been married for 4 years now, and God has been doing some incredible things in my life since that time when I accepted him. I'm now leading other people in their walks with Jesus. I'm mentoring people and pouring into people that are younger than me, and just helping them to see the true love that comes with having a relationship with Jesus. So if you're watching this and you're that person that feels like there's no purpose, that you don't exist for a reason, I would just say to you that God knit you together. He knows every hair on your head. The God that created every single star in the sky, every blade of grass on the ground, he knows you by name. He is willing and able to be there for you for every moment, to help you in every situation, and to pull you out and forgive you no matter how many times you screw up. All you have to do is call out to him. All you have to do is ask, and he will be there. My name is Nikki, and I am Metro.